Hey everybody, welcome back to That's Brilliant with PC. So glad you're joining me today. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please make sure you like and subscribe. I share DIY tips on designs in Canva. I share how to create side hustles from your designs and so much more. So I'm glad to have you be a part of the community. Anyway, today I am going to cover how to create your own Christmas gift wrapping paper. Now, this is not just for Christmas, it can be for any type of gift wrapping paper. But since we are in the holiday season and Black Friday will be here before you know it, and people putting up their Christmas trees and stuff, this can be something that you can do for yourself and be able to give gifts to customize or personalized gift wrapping paper, or the gifts are wrapped in personalized paper that you'll give out to family and friends, or you can do this as a side hustle. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. I will first share my screen here. And how I like to actually think about it before we begin the design piece of it is to consider like the occasion. So what is the occasion? Is it a birthday? Is it a wedding? Is it for Christmas or any other holiday, or just any special occasion? So then after you determine that, then you'll go out and try to find like inspiration. Now you might have something in mind, but I like to, let me share my screen here. But I like to go out to Google. We'll just start there. So let's just say I went to Google and I typed in custom gift wrapping paper. And as you can see, I mean, there are so many options. I mean, it's just whatever your heart desires. So like over here, Michael's is selling some custom gift wrapping paper. I'm not sure how. I guess they have a place on their website, but I mean, it's pretty popular. But anyway, this is pretty simple, and you can add like pictures of people on it, or like this with you can just make all kinds of designs if you would. So I'm just sharing some examples. I think it's really cool. So you can create some with these, look like little ornaments if you would, and personalized with their names on it. You can have some for like babies if you would, or I don't know what this is, but like babies, or for each child, it could be personalized for each child. That's this like a graduation custom gift wrap there, or your standard Christmas. But I mean, hey, why not be different? Like, this is pretty cool. This is a birthday example. A lot of people are using like their personalized pictures. I think this is really cool for if someone just had a baby or whatever, and you're giving a baby gift or whatnot. You can create that. I mean, like I said, you can do this as a DIY for a gift if you would, or if you want to provide that as a service for people, like if you go out, on Etsy or Fiverr or what have you, Zazzle, and offer this type of service or option where people can request, customization. This is a very, very popular one, just somebody's name in different font styles. So, the possibilities are truly, truly endless, if you would. I mean, it can go on and on. So, like I said, you can go out to Google and get inspiration. Also, maybe go out to Pinterest. We'll visit that real quick. And see, I don't think that's going to pull up. Never mind. But you can go out to Pinterest and put in custom gift wrapping paper or whatever, custom gift wrap, and get some ideas from there. I think this is really cute, where it just has like a combination of like, some images, and then like the name in different text fonts or what have you. I think that's really, really cool. So the key to it is like creating patterns. Um, so where are you going to get these designs? Well, you can get you can get your designs. You can create it on your own through like Canva or Photoshop or whatever. But since I'm using Canva, we're going to stick with that. But any design tool, you can also go out to like Creative Fabrica. I call it Fabrica, but you can go out to Creative Fabrica. This is not a free site, but if it's your first time using Creative Fabrica, um, you can get 10 free downloads if you would for signing up, and you can start there. So I always encourage anybody, especially if you're looking to make money, do this as a side gig, then I would definitely sign up and strategically use my 10 free downloads. I wouldn't do it all at once, but you could, you could add, you could get, I'm sorry, you could download something like this where it has multiple designs on a sheet, and then you could just place them in Canva, because these are individual designs or what have you, individual images, and you can create them. You can place them on your design sheet in Canva. And I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm just kind of giving you an idea of where you can get your images from. So, and then this could be like gift wrap. So, and you can do so much more with that. But I'm just going to go ahead and type in Christmas wrapping paper. And this again is Creative Fabrica. So oftentimes, like I said, you can create your own designs with the individual images, but there are also advantages to using like what they call digital paper or backgrounds. So, and what that is just like a whole sheet. It's already set up for you. Kind of like, well, let me find a better picture. I'm sorry. Let me find, maybe this one might be a better example. So these are like different backgrounds, but with that, you can turn this one image, let's just say this one, or this little with the presents or whatever. You can turn this one image into gift wrapping paper, just like that. I mean, and you could just set it and forget it pretty much if you found a background that you really, really liked. So like you have a lot of different Christmas themed backgrounds or wrapping paper backgrounds, if you would. So I wouldn't just leave it plain, because I mean, you could go to, Hobby Lobby and get, regular gift wrapping paper, if you would. I would actually spruce this up with my own little ideas. So like adding images and stuff. And again, like I'm going to show you how to do that. But I mean, this is a good starting point. So you don't have to just create from scratch. But some people might like to create from scratch, and then you can create your own patterns. But if you want to save time, you can use what's out there to get started. And especially if you're wanting to jump and get ahead, well, not really ahead, but try to get some stuff out there before Black Friday, even prior to that. But by the weekend, you could have your store up and selling your Christmas wrapping paper. So anyway, so this is a start. Again, this is Creative Fabrica, and I just put in Christmas wrapping paper, or you can say Christmas backgrounds or what have you, and you can download these. And then the next place I would go to is Canva. So we'll go ahead and go over to Canva. And I'm going to go ahead and go to create a new design. And then I'm just going to type in wrapping paper. So they already have like their own template, if you would. So this actually gives you, because you can actually print your wrapping paper from from Canva. They actually have a printer that they use that will allow you to print from them. I think it's so that's an option. So I say all that to say that they have their template set up once you type in wrapping paper, but then you have the suggested backgrounds that you could add, of any type. This is like a birthday background. So real quick, if I hit print with Canva, because it already knows that it is wrapping paper, it kind of gives you the mock-up of what it would look like. So, I mean, really easy peasy, but I would not just keep it as is if you would. I mean, the whole purpose of it is to try to come up with your own specialized paper, if you would. Now, this is good. Now, I do like this one if you want to not have to create your own pattern, if you would, and but you want a little template. So these actually have little pictures in them, right? So what you can do typically is, like I said, it's a template. So if I select one and hit the delete button, I can get rid of, whatever's in the little templates. And then if I have my own images that I want to upload, these are the frames. So this is what you call frames. And maybe I want to change it because, we want it to be more Christmassy or what have you. So maybe I'll do it not very, it's not a good color. Let's just pretend that that's what we want it to be. So anyway, so now if I have my own images, like I'm just going to use it. Oh, not that one. I'm sorry. I'm just going to use this as an example. So you would just drag and drop your images into each of the little frames, however you want. And actually, I'm just going to kind of just fill this in and make it how I would like it to be. So this is just an example how you can just use what's already out there. You don't have to recreate the wheel because it can kind of take some time. I don't want that right there. Let's see. But see how easy this is? I mean, it's really easy peasy. It's really fun. And it's nothing like being able to create your own product, if you would, or, so it's just really fun. And you can be as creative as you want to be. You can, set the backgrounds, change the backgrounds, what have you. I'm going to change this paper color to something else. Okay, I think I like that. Or let's see. Not bad. And of course, like they had Happy Holidays, Love Jesse, or whatever. You can just say, you could take those out and add something else. So I'm just going to use this as an example. And I'm going to go ahead and add another page so that you can get some more ideas. So I'm going to go back up to designs because this is where all your templates are at. I don't know what styles. Okay, so styles are like the colors and stuff. But you just will go to design, and then you go to templates. Make sure it's set to templates. And of course, the wrapping paper, or if I say Christmas, because we want Christmas, we want more Christmas colors. So you could do something like, that. And instead of just keeping it like it is, I would probably change the background. You want to personalize it. So I like a little brighter color. You could even do something, just whatever you choose, So you can change the background. And I did that by clicking on the background, and then I selected background color, and then it pulled up the palette, and then I selected whatever color I desired. So I kind of like that. So just say, for instance, you you like this, but you don't want to, you want to add somebody's name. So you will go over to text, and then you could personalize it. Say, just say Christy, and then I'll find a font that might go good with this. Let's just pretend that this is what we would want. And you can make it into any color that you want. Now, sometimes if you align this properly and then hit duplicate, Canva kind of remembers like how far the spacing on it. And so you could do something like that. And then typically what I would do is hit my shift key and then select those, because I want to repeat that. I would group these together, and then I would hit this duplicate button and to duplicate it so I could add it, somewhere else. And then I would duplicate it again. It tried to remember, but see how easy that is? And then I'm going to get this one and move, well, I guess maybe right here. So you get the idea. I mean, I would make sure that the color stood out a little bit more, but I'm just kind of giving you an idea of what you could do. Change this color maybe to something, yeah, that stands out a little bit more. So you see how I just made my own, if you would, I kind of just made it to what I like. And maybe you would add another picture of, let me see if I can find a baby or something. Baby, just to give you an idea. Like maybe this was somebody's little baby, and you want to add like little pictures in between. Just add little pictures, or you could just upload, this is somebody else's baby, but just say, for instance, this was, your little nephew or what have you. You could just add little pictures. I'll just duplicate those. That says Chrissy. But you get what I'm saying. And then just spread them all around, right? Let me see. Do that. I guess that could be somebody's niece. No, some babies are so cute. Okay, and then see how cute that is? And then how, if you had a little, like I said, niece or nephew or whatever, and you put their name on there and you gave it to your sister or brother or whatever, I mean, that would be so cool. So then you could, like I said, go over to print with Canva. If you just wanted to have something and to be able to print it out, you would just select, the page one for the mock-up. You can use this as your mock-up, so I could kind of see what it looks like. And of course, like I said, you can purchase it. Like there's a 7-foot roll, an 18-foot roll. It just depends on how many and how long or what have you. So like you could just purchase it from there and just have it printed. So it just depends on what size gift. So you would have to just determine that. But the beauty of this is actually you get, instead of sheets, like some companies, like not Etsy, like Printify, they have like the sheets. So you might only get so much, but this gives you like 7 foot or 18 feet or what have you, 18-foot roll. So anyway, that's one way, but I'm going to take this over to, let me see, I'm going to take this over to Printify. But first, I'm going to make one more so you can see how you can create your own. So give me 1 second here. I always name my pages. It's so that when you go to download the image, maybe you just only want to download one page. I just typically do that because I'll know that this is the particular one that I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and title this actual project, if you would. Wrapping paper project. And then I'll say join. Okay. And then, so I'm going to go ahead and hit add page, go back to, so I'm going to do something with my own. So say for instance, well, I kind of had an image. So say for instance, I just want to create my own pattern. So I'm going to go back to, I'm going to go to my uploads, and maybe I want to use something that I created. Let's just say, here, I'm just going to use this as an example. So I'm going to remove the background so I can have that. You know, like maybe this is a birthday one. So I'll just kind of, and there are other tools, apps in here, like for patterns that you can create your own patterns, but I'm just going to make my own pattern if you would. I'm going to just going to kind of spread these out. It doesn't have to be perfect, because like I said, it could be somebody's picture or what have you. And I don't want to make that big. Maybe just something to fill in the gap. Kind of move these around, kind of stagger them if you would. And it could just be, you know, a bunch of faces or a bunch of Christmas trees or whatever it is, whatever you choose. Just kind of create your pattern. You just kind of play it by however you see, you know. I was going to say play it by ear, but not really. So let's just say I want it like that. And then I could go over here to print with Canva to just preview it. So I'll select the page so that I could actually see what it's going to look like. So, I mean, it's just like regular sheets of paper. I think this is kind of cool because you can kind of see, you know, the different views or what have you. You can make them smaller if you would. Sometimes that looks better. And like I said, they have a tool over here that they have an app if you have the pro version to create the patterns. So let me see. Let me do this here. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say Control A, and then I'm gonna move these down a little bit. I'm gonna group them together. I'm gonna make them a little smaller just to kind of give you an idea of like how it would look probably better with them being smaller patterns or what have you. Like I said, this could be for this could be for you know, birthday or something. It's just whatever you choose. You just gotta kind of play around with it. You know, it doesn't matter if it falls off the page. You know, you just want to make it look neat and kind of fill in the gaps. And I'm just duplicating the group. So I grouped them together and then I duplicated the group. Okay. And then like I'll go back over to print with Canva so I can just see exactly how it would look smaller. And it's kind of funny looking, but I mean, you get the point here with that. The image is square, so that's why it's looking like that. But I've made some more. Let me see if I can find them real quick so you can get a better idea. Let me see. 1 second here. Okay, let me go back to this one and hang tight here. I hope you're getting something from this here. But I mean, it's really simple. Like I said, you could use the background. You could create your own. You could go over to Creative Fabrica and download the digital papers, and yeah, go from there and just kind of add to them, like I did this one right here. Let me see if I can find. Give me 1 second here to find the ones that I had done, because I had a fields day. I actually made some personalized ones that were like football themed, especially, kind of think out of the box. I thought of football theme because, of course, there are a lot of people that love football, especially your men. Like you give a gift. I think it's kind of cool to have like male type wrapping paper, or I'm sorry, that men would like. So, okay, I think I found what I'm looking for. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna add this over here. I'll spare y'all having to look through all my designs because I have a gazillion. It actually reached a milestone today of like 10,000. Not 10,000, I'm sorry. 3,000 views of all my videos with 71 people. So I really am grateful. So this was one I made last year, which I thought was pretty cool. So I really kind of started like with a blank page. And actually, maybe I didn't. I think I found, here, let me take that back. Let me go over to design and see if I can find the one. Let me see. If we type in Christmas wrapping paper, I might have used that one that I used earlier, which I kind of think I did. So I think I might have used the one we were playing with earlier, that we replaced the angels, and I changed the backgrounds. And then I went to elements and typed in like Merry Christmas and found one that stood out, which that was the one. And then that's what I did. And then I was like, oh, well, let me add some little bells on it. And so, yeah, I just did that. So really, let me go back to the one we were working on. I'm sorry. Okay. So this one, I actually took that and changed the color. That was it. And I changed the color of that. Let me move this over here. And then I added these elements and I just kind of placed them. And I'm trying to figure out, I think, so like I was saying, when I added one, I spaced them out and then I just kind of copied them. So instead of, kind of clear this up, like all this stuff in between, if you would, especially if you want to use like the little frames. Like I said, I just kind of started with a template and went from there. I think this will be really, really pretty in like, trying to get all this off of here. But I think it would be, I think this will really be pretty in a beautiful purple. So I'm going to do that in just a minute after I clean this up a little bit so you can kind of see how you can still use a template but make it to what you want it to be. So I'm going to change this background to a beautiful purple, a violet. See on it? Or that? I don't know, I think. Or you could do like the gradient color. I think I just like the solid. Or let me go up here and maybe do something like, sometimes some of this looks blue, more bluish. So yeah, we'll do that. And then I can say, then I'll go back over to elements and I'll say, oh, what's, I wonder. I'm gonna see, let's see if it has the words. Oh, uh-oh. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna add the word hallelujah to this, because this is just so, this is like Hallmark, what do you call it, mahogany. You just make your own mahogany paper. You can change this. You can change the color of that. There you go. So it kind of gives it that goldish color. And like I said, I just, copied the elements and I just placed them where I thought, I just filled in the gaps. See, and then the more you do that, it'll kind of remember the spacing and try to repeat that for you. So that's what I did. I'm just gonna fill this in there, see? And I might not want that there. I'll put this here and do this here. And maybe one more. I think I have one too close. Okay, and then I'll put something else in the middle. So maybe I will add, I'll go back to elements and maybe I'll add the bells, gold bells, gold Christmas bells. Let's see. So pretty similar to what I created over here. And so that's how I got this effect, which I love. I love. Let me see. And you just kind of play around with it to see what looks good for you. I kind of like that touch of green, if you would. It just makes it pop. Or, let me see, is that all they have? Or maybe this gives it more of a metallic gold. I don't like that style. I think something just very simple would go with this. What about that one? Kind of like that first one, to be honest. But this kind of brings that out. Let me go back. I kind of like this one. Let me see. It's something about that green in this one that stands out to me, but I like the bell on this one, if that makes sense. I think the bell blends in with that. Okay. And I like the kind of poinsettia look. So I'll just go with this one. You can just copy and paste. And just, fill in the gap as you see fit. So you just kind of play it, just eye it, if you would. Or actually, probably copy that and add that there, or what have you. And then, like, I always love to preview it. So I'm going to go back over here, change that out. Oh, is that the one? Okay, yes. And expand that so you can kind of see. So there you go. Such beautiful paper. And it just looks like little ornaments or what have you. You can like change the view, and you can use these as your mock-ups if you would, so that when you go to sell it, you can have these as mock-ups. So I mean, that's beautiful. So now that we've done that, and like I said, you have different designs, and you could do it for any occasion. Like I said, for your weddings, for baby showers, for birthdays, for what do you call it? Milestone birthdays, especially. I mean, you could just spruce it up. I had some more designs. Let me see if I can find them. Give me 1 second here. I started naming mine because I was having so much fun last year designing these. Um, oh, here it is. That I started naming them. Let me get this over here. Hold on, I'm working on 2 computers, so that you don't have to go through I don't have to scroll through everything to try to get to what I'm looking for. I just pulled it over on the other. So let me take this off because that was my watermark. So it's probably like, what is that? It doesn't look cool. Okay. So that's like my little watermark, but I got really snazzy with it because I'm like, this is called Jazzy Jingle Jangle Bells Christmas wrapping paper. Because I started with a pattern. I think it was just the trees back here. And then I added the bells, I added the jingle bells to it, and then I had this image, and I just repeated that, and I was like, oh, that's super cute. And so as you can see over here, what it would look like. I think that's cool because it's just different. And then this one, like I said, I use these in my store, but I thought this was cute. This was his and hers Christmas. So again, I found a pattern in Canva. I started with, and then I just changed things out. I added like the bells. I had a couple images, and actually, like these images, you can say Christmas couple. I think. Oh no, go to elements. I'm sorry. Christmas couple. Christmas couple. I think. Trying to figure out where I got these little images. Maybe they didn't come from Canva. I want to say they did, but like I said, I did these last year. But anywhere you can add your own images or what have you, and that's all I did. I just kind of played around with it. Same with this. I think this was it just had these words, and I was like the little elf that fell off the shelf. I just added the little elf and did it for that. And then I was like trying to play around with the name, but you can see that it was the same paper as this one above. And like I said, it just went to design, and there's the paper. So I just use that as a template. So you can just start with a template and then kind of add or remove. There's the joy, which I used several times. I use this one. So, and you can just start there and then just kind of add or remove some of the elements in there, and then just to make your own. So I know I know this is kind of an extended explanation, but I mean, it's very simple. Oh, here's the one with like the Dallas Cowboys. I was making theme paper. I actually grouped them together and then made them smaller. And I think I used the pattern app for this. I won't go into that because I think y'all get the gist. But I just kind of used some of the images I had and made the patterns. I have a friend, she loves the Philadelphia Eagles. So I was like, oh, why? Without having to put the Philadelphia Eagles or the Dallas Cowboy, her husband loves the Dallas Cowboys. So instead of actually putting the name on there, don't want copyright infringement or anything, trademark infringement. But I just used the colors, and I found the eagle or an eagle head or what have you, and added footballs. So, I mean, you can have fun. Just whatever you choose, like merry and bright, you know. Here's that joy again. I removed the background. Let me see, that was the pattern here. I changed the color to white. I added like my other little elements, added the name and personalized it, and so on and so forth. And I still had more to go. So, like I said, I like to kind of play around with it. And then once I figure out what I want, like I said, you can print it out for yourself in, what do you call it, in Canva, or you can go ahead and download this. Oh, you would hit share. I'm sorry. You'd hit share and you would download the ones that you want. You can download them all or just download a specific page. So I'm just going to use the first one, the Jazzy Jingle Bells. And I'm going to go back over here to, I think this one right here. I want to download that. Oh, I'm going to call this Hallelujah Wrapping Paper 2024. And I'm going to go ahead and download this. So I hit share. You want to make sure you download it as a PNG file. And I'm not going to download all the images. I'm going to just download this one that I was working with. Okay. And then now what I'm going to do, and that's pretty cool because you can see how it looks. So I love the mock-ups. But now, say for instance, you want to, if you're using Printify, you want to go, add this to Etsy or whatever, you can go through Printify and set up shop over there. Once you set up shop, you can go to catalog, and then you will go to catalog home, and then you should be able to do a search. So I'm going to say wrapping paper. So here's the roll of wrapping paper. So you'll have to kind of read through like the reviews and stuff, but I'm just using this as an example to show you how to get it over into, what do you call it? Printify. And then you would need to make sure that your Printify shop is connected to your Etsy store if you're using Etsy or Shopify or what have you. I won't share those details, but anyway, I'm on a Mac, so I think I'm able to just drag and drop from the recent download history. But you can go over here to upload file from your computer. Both ways work. So now we have that on here. I am going to, you have to kind of play around with it. So I'm going to expand it, and then I'm going to duplicate this so that I can make sure that I'm catching all of it, right? Or you can make a pattern, but because I made my pattern over in Canva, I'm not going to recreate the pattern. So now, I've done everything I wanted to do over here. If I was just creating it from scratch, you can change the background color, but I've already given it a background color. It's not transparent. It wasn't transparent when I downloaded it from Canva. So I'm just going to keep it as is. But if you're over here in Printify, you can change the background color to whatever you want it to be and make it really pop. But you got it over here. You hit preview, and now you have your mock-ups, and you can actually see what it's going to look like. And when the customer goes to purchase it, and they send it to them. So there's like the sheet. It looks like it has a little what do you call it, identifier here at the bottom of the sheet, but you have the different views, the different mockup views. You can hit download mockup to either put them on your website. If you're connecting it to Etsy, then the mockups already come over. So this is just like a close-up view with a roll. And with these, you have to watch the sizes. They're not a whole lot, so you'd have to make sure to let the customer know, because these come out in sheets and not like a regular roll that you would get from like Hobby Lobby or Walmart or whatever. So it's pretty much a rolled sheet of paper. But yeah, this just gives you an idea of what it would look like. And I think that is so beautiful. I think I like this view because it just gives a kind of full view. Yeah. See how that, I wish you could change the bold, but bold color because I would use a red one. But anyway, I mean, it's pretty easy peasy. So I know I kind of went on and extended this, but I just kind of wanted to give you a full picture of some of the options that you could use. And again, just to kind of wrap up, if you would, or to get to summarize it, you could either go when you're creating your gift wrapping paper, you can you would go to create a design, you would type in wrapping paper or Christmas wrapping paper so that the format would be formatted properly. And that's because you can print the paper out in Canva, or you can just create like a regular image and move it over to Printify. But I would use the wrapping paper template if you would. And then once you have it set there, it's going to give you the other styles of templates kind of to work from, especially if you don't really have that, you're just getting into design, or you kind of have a mental block, if you would, on like where to start or whatever. I would start with, maybe a template of some sort. So whatever stands out to you, you could use that. Let's just say this. And then you could add like the different elements, like a name or what have you, something red in here. I don't know, Christmas bowls or what have you. So you can add your elements. You can remove some of these elements. See how I did that? And replace it with your own elements. So like I probably would take some of these names out and create, maybe add something else in between these. See what I'm saying? So it's whatever you choose to do. And then once you get done with that, you would click share. If you want to move this over to Printify or what have you, a print on demand service. And then you would download that image as a PNG. And then you would upload it into Printify or whatever print on demand tool that you're using, and then go from there, set up your pricing and all that stuff, and there you have it. Or if you just want to be able to print them directly from Canva, then you would click print from Canva and print it from there. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. And again, I will be back with some more ideas on what you can do for your side hustles before Black Friday. So stay tuned. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.